Hello everybody and welcome to a new Let's Look At. My name is Ben the Human and this is Empire in Decay. Empire in Decay is a chess-like strategy game where you're leading like this rebellion against an old and falling apart empirical government. The story, this is just the demo, so the story's kind of loose right now, but I'm gonna drop you right in here. We're gonna play as the Daandrians, who are like the generals and aristocrats who are unhappy with the king, and then the guild will be our secondary faction. So this is kind of like Monster Train, where you pick like a primary set of units and then you have a backup set of units based on the cards that you get, because it's also a bit of a deck builder like every game I play nowadays. So yeah, the guild is like the Thieves Guild. They do like poison and stuff like that. So the cards correspond with certain chess pieces. So you will have stuff that pawns, knights, bishops, kings, blah, blah, blah. Those are the only pieces I've seen so far, which is why I said them. But you also have action cards, which are just like abilities that you can use to either buff your own people, harm enemy people, move pieces around the board. And yeah, so we're gonna start with this guy. Good start deck. We start on the docks, difficulty 1 skull. And then we have like a few nodes to move through before we get to the boss fight. We gain the music box, which heals our units 5 every turn. Ooh, that's kind of good. Choose an action card. Gain a 25% buff per ally unit. Divine Inspiration is a 0 cost, discard 1 card and increase courage by 50. Or the Logistics Officer, draw 3 cards and discard 1 of them. This is essentially shrinking your hand to boost courage. And I feel, I'll get into what that is eventually. Courage is like not how I do most of my damage. I'm kind of thinking Logistics Officer for draw. And then we get into a battle here. All right, so the way this works is the enemy is on one side of the board, you're on this side of the board, and you're trying to protect your people, which is portrayed by this ghostly crowd over here. Your HP will go down if the enemy attacks those people at all, so we're trying to prevent that. The way your units attack each other is they will slowly march along the board, but they can also move according to what type of chess piece they are. So they have played a brawler, which corresponds with a knight. He can jump to this tile, and that's what he's going to do next turn. We have a leader who, if your king dies, which is what your leader is, you lose the game. So don't let your king get killed. At the same time, it's really good to try and match where your opponent's going to go. So based on this, he's going to jump here. He's going to jump to either one of these squares next turn, most likely. He might move here. He might move. I think you can move back. I don't think I've ever seen the computer do that. But based on that, I'm going to play a pawn. And then I'm going to counter these 2 spots by moving up 1 once it's my turn. We also still have 3 energy to play here. So we deal this you can play on a unit. This one we can play on an enemy. So I'm just going to do 10 damage to this guy. And then Sabotage also does 10 damage. And then Charge doesn't really work because we don't have anybody to do damage with, because it would deal 20 damage and push, but we don't have a unit to be able to run forward and deal damage and push. And then they also preview the next units they're going to play. So they played 2 bishops. Next it looks like they're going to play 2 thugs, which are pawns. And then you're going to move here or here. Oh no, you're moving here, the bishop's moving there, and then this guy's moving there. So what I want to do is I want to move my king up so he can capture one of these pieces next turn. My pawn moves up so he can capture the other piece next turn. And then it doesn't look like we have any other units to use. So maybe we just keep sabotaging the knight and hopefully we get an ability to kill him. Discard a card. I'm discarding charge and then playing the sabotage to kill the knight. Good. So now you two are going to die next turn because we'll capture with the pawn and the king. I don't have any ability to play push, so it doesn't really matter. You did damage to me. The enemy will auto attack after their turns, dependent on the type of character they are. So like a pawn can auto attack like right in front or to the sides, I believe. So I just killed that dude. When you capture a unit via the chess move, they auto die. So there's no... The move is more important to use your chess moves to actually take pieces in that way versus trying to auto attack units to death. If you hit a unit with your auto attack, in my opinion, it's useful, but not the most important thing. We're gonna play a knight here, and then we're gonna play last resort to weaken their pawn. And then we're out of cards. So we'll discard. And there's one wave left. Once we defeat all of the units, we win the battle. So you're going to keep moving up, which means our king and our pawn will be in perfect position to end your life. You're going to move up 2, so our knight will be able to kill you. And then that just leaves you at the end, which we'll have to be careful with the king, because if we capture this guy is all of a sudden ready to capture us. So I'm thinking probably just start sabotaging this pawn at the back just to weaken him a ton. So we can't charge anybody. It would be interesting to charge this guy, knock him back, and then take this guy with the king. Because the king can go, you know, move in any direction around himself. I'm going to play logistics officer, though. And then we're going to kick out sabotage, and then we're going to play flying kick twice. And then we wait. So you're going to auto attack our knight a little bit, which is not a problem. Yeah, pawns auto attack directly ahead, which is a little different than auto attacking sideways. All right, so you're going to capture this dude. The animations are kind of sick. I'm assuming once you get sick of them, you can disable the animations in the menu, but it's kind of fun to watch them. So you're going to try to capture my king. So what we need to do is charge on this guy. Oh, I can charge you, but then that would mean you would capture my other pawn. How much HP do you have? You have 30, so that I could sabotage you to death. Goodbye. And now I capture you with a big hammer to the head. Ka-chonk. End turn. Victory! And we didn't even lose a unit. 90 gold. Action card. Headbutt. Causes stunned during one turn and grants an energy. I don't know why you would not take Headbutt. Exploit weakness. Ethereal if it's removed from your deck if you don't use it. Deals 15 damage and increases 15 damage every time it's played. That can be pretty good. Coup de main deals 20 damage and you draw a card. That also sounds really good. But I think I just really like the idea of being able to stun a unit. Choose an action card, gain money, purchase gems to improve your cards, or upgrade your units. I'm kind of thinking more money than spend to gain gems. Can move and attack in the first turn is interesting. What's the difference between burn and poison? I feel like burn is better against armor. Ooh, I think I like maintain and then holding on to headbutt. That way, if you're not ready to headbutt somebody, you just hold on to it. That seems really good. And then let's do a fast gem on the knight, so he can get out there a little quicker. And then we're into the boss fight immediately. So yeah, the battles are really snappy. It follows the rules of chess, but it's not as complicated for me as Gambonanza, apparently. I love that game. That game is fun. But man, oh man, did I struggle with some of the stuff in that game. Let's see. So I'm setting both of you up to be captured. But I'm kind of thinking just like hit one of them a bunch. And then if they end up dead, they end up dead. All right, they've got a bishop coming next turn, and they have a knight. We have to be careful with putting our king somewhere that the pawn could kill him. So I'm kind of thinking just keep flying kicking this guy, and then put our other pawn over there. And then I goofed it because I did not realize I didn't have enough energy for my knight. So let's see here. We would like to move all the way up. And then the king... I think we move here. All right, so you're threatened by the knight, but you're taking this pawn, so no worries there. Get blocked and then stabbed in the gut. And then you're moving. Where are you moving? Oh, you're attacking my pawn now. Well, I guess then we would like to... Can you adjust what you're doing mid-attack? So if I like move my king here, you're gonna kill him? Oh yeah, they do change what they're doing mid-attack, so we have to be very careful with where we put our king then. So I'm gonna push you here. And actually, can I push you into the knight? Nope, you just get stuck. Let's draw a card. I meant to keep that one, that was dumb. But we can sabotage you to death at least, so we don't lose a pawn. We still lose that pawn, but thankfully that's all. So you're toast, unfortunately. Good to know that these guys react to what we're doing. Do we get that card back now that he's dead, or is he gone for good for this battle? Alright, where are you going? You're most likely going here or here, so if we move our king... Ooh, we gotta be careful about the bishop, though. I could push the bishop, but I think I want to just headbutt him. Yeah. Cannot move or attack for one turn. Great, because I'm going to put the king here. He's stunned, right? Stunned, cannot move? Maybe it says he can still move? I'm going to push him just to be sure. So if he can't move, he shouldn't go here. He can't go here. Put charge out. We sabotage. You're dead next turn, so we don't have to worry about you. Let's kick you, and then just keep sabotaging the pawn at the back. Okay, let's watch. Okay, he didn't move, so he followed the rules. Wow, what are you? Oh, you're the king. All right, so we have to kill you. All right. Important move here. So we move up. I punch you. I would like to push you so our king can freely take this guy and not take damage. So we're gonna push the bishop. So now the king is safe to take their knight. You're dead. And then So they're gonna move up the bishop and the knight at the same time. So I'm gonna move my knight here so I can counter take their knight. At the same time, I'm gonna continue weakening their... I'm gonna continue weakening their pawn. I don't need to push this guy because I want him to land here. Because my knight will kill him. Okay. Now the plan is that king will take bishop, knight will take knight. Hopefully we can kill you. Yeah, sabotage will kill you, and then we'll have to deal with the other 2 units. So take this guy. Dead. Now, to be aware, the knight is threatening our king, so we kill their knight. Their pawn is now threatening our knight, but we can sabotage him to death. And then the only guy we really have to worry about now is their bishop. I don't know what happens if our pawn gets to the end. Can we promote him? Interesting to think about. Kick out charge. It certainly looks like you don't get your units back if they die, so don't be willy-nilly about them. But it certainly looks like we can kill their bishop with our action cards before he's able to attack our people. We're gonna continue moving our pawn. Their knight or their king moves forward 1. He's got a big wind-up attack, so you got to be careful about that. Our area of control has moved forward, so that's nice. You're moving up there, which is very weird because... Oh, I take the bishop with my knight. Sick. Happy coincidence. So let's see here. So you keep moving because I can't do anything else with you. At the same time, I'm gonna move my king here to get ready to take them. So the way units, so you see he has 65 armor. Armor is important to keep track of because if you're trying to capture a unit with your chess move, you only remove their armor. You don't kill them outright. So we're gonna have to be a little tricky with it. I've been hit for 20. Ouch. All right. Good news is, whenever a pawn reaches the opposite end of the board, it's promoted. Sick. Promoted to queen? A priest? Boo! That's not what I want. Well, right here, I guess. Just so when this guy moves up. And then... Oh, I just had this thought that we can't actually try to capture him with the king unless it's the killing move, because he'll just counter capture us at the end. But we have set a trap for him here, whereas he moves forward 1, we hit him with both the priest and the knight. I guess we could have headbutt him with the king, but... And that probably would have worked. So I'm just gonna sabotage you and then flying kick you. Because we hold on to headbutt for next turn anyway. Alright, now you're toast. Oh, you hit my people because you're in the blue zone. I thought you had to get all the way to the end. I guess that does kind of make sense. It pressures you to attack units and not just sit back and wait for them. But you're toast now. The knight's got your number. Get killed. It'd be sick to have some returning axes like that. Nicely done. Victory! 110 coins. A new unit card is great. An explorer. Ooh, you're also a knight, which is exciting. What's the difference between you? Ooh, he inflicts bleeding. Huh. He auto attacks the same, he just has 5 less HP. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna take the explorer. Heal 2 every time a card is exhausted. Okay, I don't think I have any exhausting cards, but... And then we get to upgrade our king. He can either auto-attack more and get logistics and get higher... Or have lower max... Sorry. He has lower max HP. But he also increases courage by 25 and adds 10 armor every time you use it. Oh, I still don't have exhaust cards. Increases courage by 10% for every unit on the board. And we tend to have a lot of units. And appears in your first... Well, he always appears in your first hand. I think we go left-hand side. Get the heirloom. I already got the heirloom. That was the nobleman's watch. Sick. Well, phase 2... We can go into the sewers. Apparently, we can't go this way. Difficulty 3 stars. Beneath the fractured tiles of the city lies the Underworld, a labyrinth of forgotten catacombs, flooded sewers, and ancient ruins repurposed by outcasts and cults. Once meant to be a channel to channel water and bury kings, the Underworld now breeds revolution and whispers forbidden magic. Dude, I want a forbidden magic. Can I get a witch? Or a magician? Upgrade your unit? I think we will... Let's upgrade our unit this time. And that restores faction health, too. Get a cursed relic. Interesting. Alright, I would like to upgrade our explorer and bleed more and get the HP that the other knight has, so that's kind of cool. I'm digging it. Now he's a tracker. Was he always a tracker? I think he was an explorer. I just said explorer. Heal 25, great. Into a battle. Can speed up the game using the button near the pause menu. Oh, nice. I think I would speed it up. Like, it's turn-based, so them moving faster doesn't really change anything. So we have 2 pawns called the Flame's Disciple. They're fireproof, so I'm glad I didn't enchant anything with fire. And then leaves a death cell with a burning effect. Interesting. And then what are you? Flame Carrier is a rook. Okay, so we got to be careful for that, because he can just launch himself across the board. And then they have a knight coming out. Okay. So let's go... So let's play our knight here, because he can take this guy, and then he can immediately threaten their rook next turn. Yeah. And then we've got our leader, who we have to be careful where we put him, just because he could be in the rook's zone of control if we go there. I'm gonna sabotage you. Oh, I don't have any more energy because of the knight costs a lot. So let's put the king over here. Chunking along. Oh, he's huge. He's a big boy. All right, he's only moving forward 1, which is kind of interesting. So you're toast. Good work. And now you're moving up 1, so we can't threaten you. I actually think you stay where you are so you can capture this guy next turn. Can I push you? Oh, I can! Oh! Well, let's sabotage you first then. And then exhaust you? Or maybe we want to exhaust this guy just to weaken him a ton? My concern is if I push him... Is that going to open the phylum for the flame carrier to just charge down Main Street? I feel like it will. So I'd rather just attack him a little bit. And then move the king up. Like that. Okay, so we've got a lot moving. One of your units has burning? How did that happen? Oh, because he landed on the spot where the guy died. I remember. So you're going to move to the end now. The tracker is here. This will kill you. So that's good. I'm going to play legit... Well, I want the tracker out there, honestly. So let's take you... Then this auto attacks this guy, right? Yeah. And then we need to move the king out of the way. So let's just move him up. And then tracker. I'm gonna put you here so you can capture this pawn. I should have put the king here to capture him next turn. We could just sabotage you and then maybe the pawn will get... Oh, actually, No, I don't want to push you back. Wait a minute. No. Because if I push you in any direction, I should have thought about this before. If I push him back, he will either have a free attack on our pawn, or if I push him here, here he'll attack our tracker. Yeah, I should have thought about that before I'd used all my other cards. And if I push him back, he'll just take my king, so I think we just leave it. And then hopefully we can kill him with some action cards next turn. He did hit my people. Oh no, he wasn't in the blue, so it doesn't count. Okay, hold on. So you take this guy. You're gonna burn to death next turn, so you being all the way over there isn't the end of the world. King. So you charge this guy. He's dead. King, capture pawn. No, tracker, capture pawn. Because we want to advance him further up the board. I don't think there's a way I can save my guy. Because it just boosts courage. So I think we'll just play our soldier out here. And then sabotage you twice. And by twice, I mean hit you with a flying kick. Ooh, you know what? Actually, let's headbutt this guy. So he's stunned, which allows our pawn to capture him next turn. Oh, and we still have a flying kick. Might as well kick him. Oh, yeah, he did burn to death. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to burn to death. So capture this guy. He's toast. Now you're threatening my pawn. Oh, and the burn. The burn is pretty brutal. We could charge this guy, which actually shoves him off the board and somehow kills him, which is kind of neat. Then I sabotage you. And I can actually save my pawn by shoving this dude. And then the king moves up. And then you advance. I feel like there needs to be a better indicator that a tile is burning. Because I totally forgot that this guy just walked into a burning tile. Alright, you're toast next turn. And by next turn, I mean this turn. So goodbye. And then the pawns are advancing. King is now burning. You kill this bishop, and you get to advance. Promote, I mean. Do you get to burn? Does the burn go away? It does! Nice! Okay, so we play the priest to take the pawn on next turn. You advance one. And then I'm just gonna sabotage you a ton. Because I have the energy. Can I not sabotage you twice? Sure can. I'm play my logistics officer, and then I will just play sabotage again. Oh, actually, I'm gonna charge you to push you into your friend a little bit. And I didn't want to headbutt this guy because I wanted him to get set up to get killed by the bishop. You're toast, sir. Get electrocuted. And then the king takes your friend. Dead. Nice. Just give chess a layer of like strategy computer game, and all of a sudden I'm a grandmaster. I don't know if that's true. Last resort, exhaust deals 35 plus 10 if not used. So if you hold, the more you hold on to that one, stronger it gets, which is kind of interesting. Discard one card, draw two more. I think I like last resort, and then just let it cycle through the deck. We have Safe House. We don't have any more HP we need. Offers a random selection of items. Improves gems. I think we go money raising. Special event. You walk into a tavern and notice a game of dice happening. There are bets going on, and when they see you, they invite you to join them. The stakes are not too high, but the opportunity for profit is there. 50% chance of destroying a card. That's rough, because what if they destroy one of my units? I like the idea, but I don't even think I don't even know if I really need the money. So if I upgrade you, all of a sudden you're an assassin and you're doing even more bleed. And then acquires 1 action point every time a capture is executed is pretty cool. Increases courage by 10% for every adjacent friendly unit. Soldier, veteran if it doesn't remove, which reduces damage received. But I assume that doesn't count for capture. I think we just go mainline the assassin and try to really focus on him doing a lot of heavy lifting for us. And then we've got another battle, and then I think we've got one more series of events before the final battle there. All right, we've got a rook coming out and an early pawn. So let's go. This is a very narrow board. So not great for a bishop, because they'd have to like zigzag back and forth across the board here. Let's ditch a sabotage and get another soldier out there. Oh, I actually think it would be better for us to keep this guy alive, so the knight can't attack our dudes from behind. So I'm kind of thinking about slow playing this. And then, like, stalemating you, so you get stuck next to our guy. Move up our king. And then what we could do is put our knight here, move him immediately. This will allow the knight to kill the rook as he advances. And unfortunately, we can't play the assassin. We want to keep letting Last Resort gain damage. So we'll just leave it alone. Another rook is coming out. So we take this rook. He's dead. We capture you. And then you're going to capture back. But what instead I could do, headbutt that dude. So now he doesn't move, and then this guy can't advance all the way to the end like he thinks he can. If he stays put, I don't think he'll stay put, but it would be nice if he did. But for now, I'm just going to keep blasting him. Oh, by the way, courage does percentage increased from all damage. So, other than capturing, because that's always 100% damage. I'm glad you can't do friendly damage to your dudes. Okay, so you did advance in a way that means I have to figure out what to do with you. I'm kind of thinking I just push you. Well, hold on. You're going to get captured, because this guy's already burning, so he's probably going to die unless I can get him to the end. Good auto attack. Oh, and I can probably sabotage you to death. Absolutely. Yes. Get killed, son. All right, we counter capture their knight. What happens? The last row of the board is where an enemy is spawned. When a unit spawns in an occupied cell, it will kill any other unit that may be in that cell. Well, now you tell me. Well, there's not much we can do about that now. Unfortunately. You can advance. You can advance. I guess I'll just flying kick you. And then you will advance up. 2 waves left. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Knight. I didn't realize that was going to get you murdered. I guess that's the reason you wouldn't want to... You wouldn't want to nuke a guy at the back row if there's a guy spawning right behind them. They're bringing their queen? That's rough. However... we set ourselves up to kill the queen next turn for free. At the same time, I'm not going to advance my pawn. You're going to do 45 damage now. Hold on, hold on. So, flying kick. Can I push you off the board? No, it just does 13 damage. But it is free, so you might as well. And then sabotage kills you, which is kind of fun. So this pawn has this guy covered. Our king has this pawn covered. And in fact, we'll just move over one turn so he doesn't get or one move so he doesn't get to auto attack us. And then we'll hold on to last resort. But this pawn will kill their queen next turn. All right, queen, you've been toasted. And our guy's on fire, so we actually want to capture their queen immediately and promote. And we got a priest out of it. You're capturing this dude. Get roasted. Bring out the assassin. Kill this pawn. Their bishop is going to counter capture our pawn. Oh, you had armor. Ah. Actually, that's okay. That their bishop doesn't get to advance, and because we can stun him. So just stun this dude, and then just smack him a bunch, and again. And waves are done. Oh, I was gonna say waves are done so we can play last resort, but we're out of energy. Let's try it, dude. I'm just gonna keep pushing you. So you're dead. We advance. I auto attack you. I sabotage, and I last resort you into the ground. Sick. Not too shabby. And I learned that you shouldn't put a unit other than a pawn at the back row unless you know what's coming. Oh, we get our own rook. Yes. That's sick. I love a rook. One step below a queen. All right, what do we got? Choose a unit card. Money. Remove unwanted cards. Purchase gems. Random items. And special events. I think we go barracks. Give me a queen. Ah, 2 rooks is interesting, though. More gambling. Let's go half and half. Ah. The reason I didn't want to go all in, I was tempted to go all in, but we're going to the black market, so I wanted to see what was available here. 20 damage to all enemy units every 4 turns. Ooh, I think we gotta take the queen. We have so many units now, but it's so cool. Bandit queen. She looks badass. Draw 1 extra card every 3 turns. Yeah, I think it's the queen. Final battle. And I feel like the queen is really gonna be like great because she can just whip around the board. Yeah, immediately lead with leader and then just drop your bandit queen. Because it's either that or play some pawns. Like, that's a no-brainer. So yeah, you idiots jump forward. I immediately kill you. Dead. And then you advance and will auto attack our queen. But we get our assassin ready to counter take their knight next turn. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know why I wanted to attack you. Because if you have armor, the queen can't auto kill you. So we have to be careful of that. And they stabbed her right in the gut. All right, so you're toast based on the assassin. And we got an energy back because of that. I forgot about him being able to do that. All right, queen, kill this dude. We do have to be careful of our queen just gaining burn. But it's also not the worst thing in the world. I do want to play our guard tower, I think. And then I'm thinking you charge this pawn just to shove him back, because he's going to get killed by his own friend. Unless he advances on his own, which he might do. In which case, we would probably just like to kick him again. And then the queen can capture this dude. Oh, she stole his own spear and killed him with it. That's so sick. What a cool character. All right, the knight will kill somebody. All right, good news is free kill with the queen on the bishop. I have to kill this guy with my abilities this turn. Or at least stun him. Ah, that's what I should have done, because now he's stunned, the queen's gonna kill him. But we can bring out our own knight here. And then how do we want to play this? This is tricky, because these pawns are all supporting each other. And then their king is back there. Because I don't want to take this guy with the knight. Or do I? Hold up. Take him with the knight. Kick him back into this row. This guy back into this row. Suddenly we can take this guy with the rook. Oh, you and your frickin' armor. My plan, it's ruined. All right, so in that case, we're going to advance the king to get ready to take this pawn. This guy... Where can we move the knight? Maybe here? And then I might as well just, like, flying kick this guy just to weaken him a bit. Oh, I'm out of energy. Never mind. Alright, you took a little damage. You got killed by your own queen, but our queen should immediately be able to kill you, which is great news for me. Like, I know my queen's, like, just building burn on herself, which is not great for her, but... So now we can enact some of our push plans. So, king takes pawn. We push this pawn in front of this dude. Now the rook advances to kill their pawn. He has armor, so I push you. I don't want to charge this guy in there to get him killed. But let's think here. So you're gonna advance. You're gonna advance. You're gonna advance. So if you advance, this guy can take you. The rook can take you. The king can take you, and then I'll play this guy here and play a sabotage on this guy to weaken his armor. And maybe the queen burns to death, but maybe she doesn't? How much damage do you take from each burn? Five per burn. Okay, good to know. All right, queen, take this dude's armor off him. Nice. Then take the pawn. Then headbutt the king, so he's stunned. Rook, you take this pawn. Our king takes their pawn. Are you unstunnable? I didn't know if that was a thing or not. You're still stunned, or still alive. Fine, I fly and kick you. into the corner. And then, give me some cards. Give me... discard a soldier here, because what I can do is I can charge you with the knight. Just kick you back into the back corner there. And then, I can sabotage this guy, like, all day long. In fact, I sabotaged him so much he died. And then you move to this column so you can attack the king next turn. And then otherwise, I think everybody has advanced. Yes. Because you moved. All right, we're good. And now he's unstunned. And now the queen can actually kill him. Oh, nope, he's still got armor. But what's happening with my queen? Oh, I just zoomed in on her. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Pretty cool. Here, I wanna hit you with the rook. That way the queen can capture you. And you're bleeding, so I hope you enjoyed that. She just stabs him with, like, telekinetic daggers. Amazing. 120 coins, action card. Caltrops. 1 stack of bleeding on all enemies. Okay. Then draw 3 cards at the first turn of each battle. And then upgrade your leader again. I kind of like the courage plus 10. Plus the logistics is kind of cool. Not that we use exhaust much, but... although, I guess the courage plus 15 is better. And then heal. So maybe that's the way to go. All right, I think this is a good place to pause the let's look at. You can kind of see, like, that's just kind of the gist of the demo. I enjoy it a lot. It's a fun little chess game. Plus, I like the card building aspect of the game. It's a good time. I would say go check out the demo of Empire In Decay on Steam right now. It is free to play, so you should. It's by Siesta Games, not Sierra Games, bygone computer game company. I've been Ben the Human. I hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Look At. If you did, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Empire In Decay, or you want to see more stuff like Empire In Decay, since this is a Let's Look At, you should also subscribe to the channel because that also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!